big point item if you want to keep your original sissy bar that may not mount to these points. Replace the spacers. I may have just solved my own issue. I tried to fit in my sissy bar, right? And I was unable to. What I was going to do, which I assumed was the right thing to do, was get longer bolts so that I can actually run the original docking points and the new docking points on the same bolt so that I can mount both the sissy bar and also the saddlebags. I realized that I can possibly just remove the spacer that Viking Bags sent over with the product, and instead of using the spacer, just replace the original docking point that I had with the spacer, and technically I should be able to sit the sissy bar where it originally used to sit, and the docking point for the actual saddlebag should still remain there, and that actually worked. I did a lot of research on the internet before receiving the saddlebags, and it seems like everybody just said you have to get longer bolts, but the ones that came with the product fit perfectly well. So there's no need to get longer bolts, and now I'm able to use my sissy bar along with the saddlebags. I'll show you guys in just a second. Everything silver or chrome essentially is a Viking Bags hardware, and as you can tell, my sissy bar sits on there perfectly, right? So I'm actually gonna remove the sissy bar so I can show you guys what it was that I replaced. The black spacer here was the original docking point that I had when I just had the sissy bar on here, no saddlebags. Based on the Viking Bags installations, what it's called for is the bolt, the docking point, the spacer, and then tighten everything up. So I thought to myself, what is it, like 1/8 of an inch in difference between the spacer itself and the original docking point, maybe 3/16 of an inch. So why don't I just replace them? So I took out the spacer, put the black original docking points. There was still enough screw to thread all the way through. Like I can feel it in the back and it's still threaded the whole way through. Plus, once I add Loctite, that's gonna secure it on there very well. So again, big point item if you want to keep your original sissy bar that may not mount to these points. Replace the spacers with the original docking points. Just make sure that the bolt itself is long enough to actually, catch enough thread, and you could kind of feel it towards the other side, not to where it's going to poke the wheel or anything, but just enough to get through all the threads for the best support. And that's pretty much it. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to remove the bolts, and I'm actually going to use some blue Loctite on it, since now I know that this whole setup works.